We've listened to our customers and we know delivering free games every month is what they want most. So we are refining our Prime benefit to increase our focus there. That is what Christoph Hartman, the VP of Amazon Games, said in an email last week to Amazon employees. This message came with the layoffs of 180 employees. Let's talk about that in this week's episode of the news from Next to Nothing. So, guys, let's just start with the current state of Amazon Games and what it's going to mean for employees and what it's going to mean for customers.
It's not good.
It's not good.
No man's land, man.
Good.
It's
Terrible.
desolate. Yeah. So, right. And unfortunately, employees aren't being laid off just from Amazon. It's been a really bad week, like kind of overall, it seems. But Amazon is who we're mostly focusing on today. And this is the second cut to the Amazon gaming division this year, with the first being back in April, where 100 jobs were cut. And so for the Amazon Games division in 2023, they are down 280 jobs.
Yeah, that really sucks for the employees as well. Like it seems the games industry has like just been shrinking this year. Like just recently, Bungie and Activision Blizzard have announced sizable layoffs among just other companies. So these sizable layoffs are like affecting not only those employees but game content in the future, and it's not a good time.
Yeah, I really feel like there's a massive shakeup in the industry right now, especially like this side of video game awards, golden joysticks, etc. Like you can call it like a whole bunch of hot air, but it really did, I think, send a shiver down the spines of a lot of different corporate, bigwigs, the people that are on the boards of these companies. People are wondering if Larian Studios is the company to follow. And I really just don't see a lot of big companies being able to follow suit.
Yeah. And it seems like that, like last year it was tech, right? It was Microsoft, it was Twitter, it was a bunch of other companies. And
Word.
Yeah, and so it seems like this year is video games years for just mass layoffs at the most wonderful time of year to have layoffs, which is the holidays. Yay.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah, but so with this news, I kind of wanted to lay out some stuff about like what customers can expect and what customers probably already know, right? So right now, most customers know that Amazon Prime offers free games every month, which, there are some serious gems on that list on occasion, and you have to connect your Amazon to a Twitch Prime account, and it's Prime Gaming and blah blah blah. It's all mixed together. It's all the same service. You get it for free if you have Amazon Prime. But there was more to the service that was to the Amazon gaming services that existed, such as the Game Growth Initiative, which was like designed to help publishers promote games through like different Amazon services. There's also the Crown channel, which was a live channel that was supposed to marry gaming and pop culture together. And both of these services are getting cut. Real quick, I wouldn't expect you guys to know anything about Game Growth because I didn't. I think that's more of a like a back door or a back room kind of deal where publishers know more about that, or indie devs or whoever. I don't know if that's really a customer facing thing, but did you guys ever hear of the Crown channel?
Not once, not a single time. Like I've seen like was that on Twitch, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like I've seen like the of course, like the front page stuff where like there's just terrible content creators getting thousands of views, but never a Crown channel. No.
Yeah, I think the Crown channel, and this is just pure speculation because it doesn't really matter now anyways because it's getting closed down, but I think it was something that they promoted through Twitch, Amazon Prime, video streaming, and whatever, in like the Fire TV stuff.
Okay.
But it is
I don't know, man. It sounded like, not to butt in, but like to have something that was used for one to help promote and then you just like shut it down and also no one else has ever heard of it seems kind of painfully ironic. I mean, at least us. So maybe it's not so much. I want to know how much the general public and like the actual circles in which it matters had actually heard about it. And then with like, yeah. What were you gonna say, Green?
I was gonna say that's fair because like I wasn't looking for it. Like I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was, like I'm sure there's people who were aware of it, right? But like it's not something that like people like me and you who like we don't watch a whole bunch of Twitch. Like we're on there, we're there, our presence is there, but like we're not like actively seeking stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
and like Crown just seemed like it was just out there. Like marrying gaming and pop culture seems like the dumbest thing since they're kind of already hand in hand.
We had something like that on the G4 channel called Attack of the Show, and it was phenomenal. And then they tried to bring it back, and it failed spectacularly. And we just got to let it go.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So like real quick, because I did look into the Crown channel itself. It launched in 2020, mid-pandemic. It was supposed to be more interactive than something like Attack of the Show, or the first version of Attack of the Show. I think they tried to make Attack of the Show more interactive when they rebooted it, but it
never saw a single episode of it. I feel so bad saying that because I love the OG Attack of the Show, but like never saw a single episode.
If I wanted to see the slow breakdown of a man, I could do that kind of anywhere. I don't need to watch Adam Sessler on G4. But
I mean, you can go to his Twitter now.
You never watched Attack of the Show for Adam Sessler. You always watched it for Kevin Pereira and Olivia Munn. That's the only reason you watch it.
So there were some names that were attached to the Crown channel, right? There was Ammunition, who is a name I know. Someone named Jericho, and Garth Brooks. Guys, they got Garth. They got Chris Gaines.
I was gonna say, but did they get Chris Gaines? As I like to call him, Shin Garth Brooks.
So it was ambitious. It doesn't seem like it was really that successful. There was actually a news story back in February of this year from Bloomberg's Cecilia D. Anastasio and Priya Anand. Anid? I'm sorry. I apologize.
You should automatically just apologize. I wouldn't even be able to say those names straight. No offense.
If it's outside of Iowa, Wisconsin, or Minnesota, man, I'm gonna not be able to say it.
I tell you, I can pronounce Smith perfectly. Okay.
So they reported that Amazon had allegedly been pumping up the viewership numbers through artificial means by putting it on like the front page, maybe embedding it on like to certain Amazon pages, or putting it in different ways, which if true, that could probably land the Juggernaut in some serious trouble, because the Crown channel had some pretty major sponsorships from like Progressive and Intel. So if they were like selling this as like a premium channel that people are going to watch because they want the interactivity with these video games and pop culture people, that could be a pretty sticky situation. But what is also telling about the lack of an excitement and interest in the Crown channel is that when I started researching for this story, the only things that popped up for the Crown channel when I just simply looked it up on Google was the Bloomberg article from 2023 and the VentureBeat article about the announcement of the channel starting in 2020. Those are the only things that popped up other than the Crown channel itself.
Groundbreaking.
Also the all of the reporting around the Bloomberg article that came out from like Polygon, PC Gamer, and whoever else that started picking that story up. So really, those are the two divisions of Amazon Gaming that have been cut. They are done. Probably not going to see the light of day again. So that. Really, the only one that's going to impact customers very deeply is going to be the Crown channel, and I say very deeply relative to what the other service is going to do. But it is a little bit of a barometer for where the service could be heading, or the division could be heading. Right now you'll still be able to see or get free games every month, and Amazon Cloud gaming service Luna is still available. But in an ever-shifting industry, that could always change. And I'm especially curious to see how much longer Amazon Luna is going to be available, because I don't really hear anyone talking about it. I don't know anyone who uses it. I've been interested in trying it out because I have a Fire TV, but I don't hear anyone talking about it. I don't see it on Twitter or anything like that. And it's been almost 1 year since Google Stadia was discontinued. I mean, they're almost identical services. And there's just a lot that I could see going wrong with Luna. What do you guys think?
I'm just out here looking for all my fellow lunatics. You know what I'm saying? What up? No, that service is so dead. And anyone that's like hyping it on Twitter is probably like kind of like what they did with Stadia. It's just like, are these real people, dude? I don't think they are. How many people actually have this?
I noticed that way too much with Stadia. Like on Twitter, people are like, "Oh yeah, Stadia is the best. It's so cool." I tried Luna like once. It did have a feature where you could use the Fire Stick remote as kind of like a pseudo controller, or your phone as a pseudo controller. Both options were terrible. And then I was trying out Devil May Cry 4.
Five, the newest one.
Yeah, that one. And it's like it was terrible on the phone, and it was like the only free game that you could try, or you'd have to pay for the extra service, which is like, I get it, but they want you to buy the Luna controller too, and I wouldn't be sad to see Luna go, because it's a very niche thing.
Yeah,
just like Stadia.
Could you use the peripherals for anything else? Do you know, like if the Luna controller would work on literally anything?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I did not dig in that deep with the Luna controller. I saw that it was an option to play Luna, and I have 2 PCs and Nintendo Switches and stuff like that. So I just don't need it,
Yeah.
Mendachi, what about you?
It's one of those things where I kind of see Amazon poking out in front of them blindly with a stick, kind of like how Google has for a very long time. And every once in a while, like they'll get like a cool idea, they'll do something neat, and then they'll just kill it. So I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. Overall, with them nixing things and people losing their jobs, obviously that's very not cash money, as the Romans once said. So I really just want to see Amazon burn in general, but I want all the people, and I should preface, not the jungle, not the rainforest, but like the corporate building made out of brick and mortar. But I want all the people that actually have jobs there to find, like worthwhile work without having to worry about, security or, seizing the means of production, the general things that I usually talk about when we bring in some sort of corporate entity. So, I mean, it just sucks. It just sucks. And with services like Luna, man, I don't know if we'll ever go there. Every other company seems to be kind of trying their hand at it. I can tell you that something that's similar but not similar at all is streaming from like my Xbox One. That's pretty cool. So like I've been enjoying that. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like these services kind of suck, and I've never heard of anyone actually like partaking in them and being like, this is the next big thing. It's so groundbreaking. Whoa.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention that I probably should mention right now is that this doesn't affect their actual publishing or development projects that they're doing in the gaming space. So if you're looking for like Throne and Liberty, Blue Protocol, the Tomb Raider game that they're working on, and like the Lord of the Rings game, that's like all still going on. That's all still happening as of right now.
I was gonna say, for how long though? Like how long? Because like we saw how quick Amazon was willing to like just cut the cord like with their first game, the Crucible, I think, and then like it's Amazon. They're just gonna they're trying their best to make as much profit as possible. So like I could see at some point like games not being profitable for them either.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Agreed.
When are they gonna have their mega hit game? What was
It was New World. New World made them so much money.
Yeah.
Still is. I mean, there's still people paying for New World, like sadly, but
Yeah.
you know,
That's insane.
who am I to
Dude,
judge
what a
if you
boring
enjoy
game.
it? Yeah, if you enjoy it, like cool.
Yeah.
But
So let us know in the comments what you think of these changes. Are you impacted? Do you have predictions on what's going to happen for Amazon games? Do you think customers, all they want from Amazon is free games? Like, let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe for more. We do deals of the week every Monday, news every Tuesday, game reviews Wednesday, and we have V Arcana popping up. So make sure you subscribe for all of that stuff. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy, keep fighting the good fights, and we'll see you in the next one.